I wasn't even planning on recording this right now. It's like 2:30 a.m. I was just chilling on the server at my island and a shadow Carvana spawned in a deep ocean. I always check around my island whenever I see that message because it does happen quite often, but this is the first one that we've actually ever came across in the wild. We got it first try. Never mind. Okay, that is awesome. That is our first ever wild shadow Pokemon on the server. So by the end of this episode, I want to make sure that we have improved our island in some way. And I think the way we're actually going to do that today is by, number one, adding a boat to the docks behind our house. And I've been coming to spawn to look for some inspiration here. I really love this Magikarp boat. Maybe we'll build another one at the island at some point. But for now, we're not going to be really looking for something that style. However, maybe I'll do a tutorial, like just a separate video tutorial on how to build this boat, because it's really cool, and I'm sure a lot of people would like to see exactly how to place all the blocks. But I was looking at these boats, and they're really, really cool, but I think they're a little bit too large. They might look slightly out of place, at least on our docks, so I think we're going to go with something smaller, but a similar style. And I don't think there are any other boats. These are the only 3 boats that spawn. And I also want to go ahead and try to add our little observatory roof here. So if you guys missed the last episode or just missed this part of the video, I said I was going to turn this little circle area here on our house into an observatory. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a sort of domed roof on here with a telescope that's pointing up towards the sky. And I think it's going to end up looking really, really cool. I just don't know how exactly we're going to do that. So what I think I'm going to try my best to do is just build a half circle on top. And we're going to build it 1 layer inside this quartz wall, so it'll be slightly smaller than the walls. And then we'll try to figure out how to add the telescope after the fact. And I'm going to probably build it out of maybe clay or stained concrete or whatever these different things are called. So we'll see how that goes. A lot of people were telling me I should make it a Pokeball. And that could be really cool as well. Ooh, it's really hard to decide. I guess I'll just make a basic orb, basic sphere, basic half sphere first, and we'll see how it looks, and we'll see what we want to do with it at that point. I don't know necessarily how good a Pokeball would look because you're only going to really be able to see the top half. So we'd have to do something a little bit odd with it to make it look nice. But for now, we're going to focus on building ourselves our private, I think we're going to make like a speedboat style boat. So first things first, we need to pick out the color of our boat. And I think I want to go with something kind of neutral. We can always change this later on, and we can always add multiple boats if we really want. But I think I'm going to go ahead and use my signs to figure out where we're going. And I think I want to make it out of concrete, just so it's a little bit brighter. Still a neutral color, but a slightly brighter block than if we use terracotta. Now, I think, so let's go with a light gray, maybe? Regular gray? Is there regular gray? Gray. I think I want to go with light gray. I feel like that'll look really good. So we're going to buy a couple of stacks of that. And then we're also going to need quartz, which we should have back at home. And we're also going to need some spruce wood, which we should also have back at home. So I think this is all we really needed to come to the shop for. So while I was building this, I really knew that I wanted to keep it kind of small, so I decided that it didn't really need to go under the water too much. So I built it 1 block just right on the surface of the water, and I built the base of the boat, and then I started to just build out the layers, and I left the back open because I want the back to be lower in the water than the front of the boat, so it looks more like a speedboat, so it looks like it could go really fast. And I think I ended up getting that look pretty well done. Now, I didn't want to do the entire boat out of just the concrete, so I decided to go ahead and use a little bit of a framework of quartz just to give some detail to the top half of the boat. And then on the inside, I decided to go with a spruce wood floor, and I feel like that ended up actually making it look like a boat once I got that added in. And then I needed a place to go ahead and put where the captain or the driver of the boat sat, so I went ahead and added that little section there. Well, there we go. We have a pretty simple, straightforward boat, and it really was not hard to build at all, but I think it does look really, really good. I want to go ahead and add some detail here, though. I feel like we need definitely some more here on the sides. Now, of course, we need the glass window here, which I was planning on adding. Maybe we can get a seat for in here or something like that. But let's go ahead and start off by getting the glass, and I actually want to make some iron trap doors and some buttons for some details on the outside. So we got some stone here we can turn into buttons. I only need like 4 buttons. I don't know why I made that many. And then we can come down here and see if we have any iron, although I kind of doubt it. Yeah, we don't. Okay. And I don't think we have stained glass either. So I'm going to head on to Warp Shop. And we're going to go ahead and pick up like 10 blocks of stained glass, as well as... I always go to the wrong side, even though there's signs. So the stained glass should be right back here. And I'm going to get the light gray. I think that'll look the best. That we don't... Oh, don't accidentally buy that many. Okay, we're going to buy 28. It's pretty cheap. And then we're also going to need the iron that we're going to turn into the trapdoors for the details on the siding. So let me go ahead and buy all that and head on home. And how do we craft an iron trapdoor? That's iron bars. 2x2, okay. And we're probably going to need quite a few of those, so I'll just get 16. And let's head on out to the ship, which I just have to fly to. I was going to try and warp there, but that is not really possible. All right, so I think what I want to do is add these down here. And that'll kind of break up the concrete a little bit and add a little bit more bulk, just a tiny bit more. And then we're just going to place a couple random buttons on here, like here, and maybe here, and maybe all the way in the back here. We'll do that on both sides. And that just adds, I don't know, some variety. I don't really know. I don't really know why I'm placing these here, but there we go. Is that all in the same place? Yes, looks like it. And other than that, I think we're good to go. We just need to place this glass in. And then we have our completed ship. Now, it does feel a little bit empty. And I might change the color to like red or something, because that will make it look a lot cooler. But this is really good for a start. Now we need to actually add in, I guess, a table of some kind here and a seat to sit in. So let me try and figure out how you actually craft the Pixelmon seats and figure out what I want to do with the little table space here. All right, so I want a red chair, and I can actually show you guys how exactly to make that. We need some wool, some iron, which we have, and we need one red dye, and I don't think we have any of those flowers left. I might have to go pick a flower from our own yard, which I don't really want to do, but I will if I have to. Do we have any red flowers in here? No, I don't think so. Let me actually RTP real quick. See if we can find one so that we don't have to destroy our own property. And is this one right here? Yes, it is. Okay, awesome. So we go like that, and we only need one chair, so we only need one red dye. And if we go like this, and then the white wool on either side, we get ourselves a red cushion chair, which is great. And then I want to go ahead and make the table out of birch. And I think I want to do upside down stairs. I could try slabs as well. We'll try both, but I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. I just think the stairs will look slightly better. So let's grab these, and let's go ahead and finish up our boat back here behind our house. I feel like we do need a bigger yacht back here out in the water somewhere, just because this is kind of a small boat. But let's go ahead and put in this first. So I was thinking something like that. All right, let me try real quick with the slabs just to see what it looks like. Yeah, I like the stairs a little bit better. Maybe if we actually leave that one as that, put that in there like that, and just leave it like that. That looks kind of weird. Maybe this way. I actually think I like it how we had it first, just like that. And then we'll put the chair back a block, so there's some space here. Actually, can we break this? Okay, good. We'll put that there, and I don't know what I'd want to do with a steering wheel, if we can even really do anything. Yeah, I don't know. But I think this is good for now. Pretty nice build. I feel like I've taken up too much of this video already, but if you do want to build a ship, there you go. Super simple, sleek design. You can change the color to whatever you want, and it'll look really, really good. I would avoid maybe doing dark blue because it might blend in with the ocean, but maybe that's what you want. I don't know. But I think it looks pretty good, and technically you cannot get to it from... Oh, I lied. It's actually a really easy jump. Now, I technically should have had it backed up to the docks because of the ship design. The entrance is from the back, but I think it looks better like this, so... There we go. Our boat, which is very small compared to the house. Wow. I might make it bigger. I might make it as big as those ones that we saw at spawn. All right. So now is the time that we build ourselves the observatory. Now I'm looking to build something similar to this here. This was my practice attempt, and I don't know. We're not going to build it out of stone, but this is kind of the shape that I want, and I was thinking have some sort of a little hole here. Might have to make it slightly bigger and then have a telescope made out of like black blocks and glass that points upwards towards the sky. And I think that could end up looking really, really cool. Now, I'm going to start off by building this thing out of dark green concrete, and then maybe move on to changing it into a Pokeball if possible, although I don't think that's really going to happen. I went to the wrong side of the shop again. I don't think that's really going to happen in this video because I have absolutely no idea where to even start with that. So we're going to focus on trying to build a sphere in Minecraft, which is already hard enough, before we move on to anything even more complicated. So I think we're going to need a lot of concrete to get this job done. That might be enough, maybe not. I don't know. It is hollow, so it might not be that much, but we'll try and find out. I'm definitely not going to do a time lapse with this, just because I don't really like building spheres in Minecraft. I struggle with it quite a bit, and it's going to take me a very long time. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut to where I've built at least 1/4 of this sphere. And I think that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to build 1/4 and then just copy it all the way around, because that'll be a lot easier if I have a template to look at. And I will be back with you guys once I've gone ahead and finished this thing up. So I accidentally just built this entire thing in creative mode. Now, it's not really a big deal. I know it sounds kind of bad, but I did go ahead and delete all of my concrete blocks. Even though this was probably only maybe 2 stacks of concrete, I did delete all 6, so we'll have to buy a lot more. And that actually happens occasionally, not that often. I try to do a really good job at switching back to survival mode, but sometimes I just go to help a player in creative mode, which is required because I'm the owner of the server. I have to do that sometimes, and I just forget to swap back. But not really a big deal. We have efficiency 5, we have /fly, and we have enough money to buy pretty much any block we need. So it's not like it's really abuse, it's just something that I don't really like to do. With that being said, this looks pretty great. Now, it's definitely not a perfect sphere. It's a little bit too tall, I think, to be a perfect sphere, but it does look good. We could spend the time to make it perfect, which is more along the lines of this, which is a little bit wider and a little bit shorter compared to this. But I feel like it kind of actually looks really good. It makes it slightly taller than this, which I think will actually make it look really nice. And I think this shape might be better off for what we're going for. So I'm going to go ahead and try and repeat this pattern on all 3 sides. We're going to see how it turns out and see if we need to go ahead and adjust it to make it more an actual sphere. All right, I think it looks pretty good. Now we just need to figure out how to actually turn this thing into an observatory, which I think we can do just by adding a telescope of some kind in through the roof. Well, guys, there you have it. That's the best I can do at the moment. I'm really not completely happy with it, but I think it does look all right. So definitely need to do a little bit of work on the telescope itself. I didn't actually make it to where you could look through it or anything, because that's just, it would be way too large at that point to try and build on a diagonal and have space down the center, because you'd have to make it at least a couple blocks wide. So that wasn't going to happen. But I don't know. I don't think it looks too bad. I think it did come together pretty good, but there might be some improvements that we can make. And it's definitely going to look a whole lot better when all of this is actually built in, and when all of the rest of the house has its roofs and its walls and everything like that all done. So yeah, you guys can let me know what you think. I think it looks pretty cool. I think it's a cool addition to the house, and I definitely think it's going to make the overall look of the house a lot cooler, especially when we get it completely finished. I gotta make sure both those are in the same time. So basically, the way that it is technically supposed to be considered is, or at least the way that I was thinking about this when I was building it, I wanted it to be a dome. We ended up making it 1 block too tall, and it might even look better if we had made it the right height. But it did end up coming out pretty good. And then this is the telescope. I went ahead and placed actually black carpet down in here, just because I felt like the birch wood stuck out a little bit too much if you were flying around. And I built this out of black concrete. I decided to go with these little bands here to kind of represent like a door opening up for the telescope to come out. And you know, it's not terrible. It's not terrible. You know what? Actually, I like it. Now we are going to have to fill in like this wall here and this whole half circle back here. We're going to fill that in with solid blocks. I got to figure out what I want to use there, but good steps in the right direction. So there we have it. I went ahead and actually added all of the walls around the base. I actually did some interior work as well. I'll show you that here. Actually, we can just fly right through here. So I added this little section in the interior, added a couple pillars, some glass, and we added some flowers, some bushes and some light because it was really dark in here, and even some floor design. So I think this ended up looking really, really cool, and it's gonna go well with the rest of the house once we have everything kind of put together. That's kind of the theme and the design that I'm going for, something kind of clean, but also having some nature involved, some bushes, some plants, some different things like that. And I think it all ended up looking perfect. It looks kind of exactly how I envisioned it for the most part. Could have been a little bit better maybe if the tower was like 2 blocks taller and it had a little more space down on the bottom for some more detail. But overall, I think it looks really, really good, and I think we accomplished our goal in making it look like a observatory of some kind. Now, let me know if you think I should change the color of my roof. I might change it to red because that'll make it look a little bit more like a Pokeball with the red roof and then the gray band and then the white bottom here. So I don't know, maybe I could try it out and we could see what it looks like, but either way, let me know what you guys think of both of these builds. I also changed the boat into red concrete because I felt like that just made it look a whole lot faster, and that's the entire point of this speedboat, to look fast. So I think that looks good as well, and I added some signs here on the back because I felt like that kind of just added a little bit of detail, a little touch of detail to the boat that looks pretty good. So let me know what you guys think of both of these builds down in the comments below. I'm going to go ahead and continue work on my house. We're going to try and figure out what to do with the majority of the space here. But for now, I think I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. So if you guys did enjoy, make sure to go and leave a like on it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We are so close to 30,000 subscribers. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do when I hit that milestone, but we're going to figure something out. But with that being said, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.